Hi, I'm Dr. Keith Ryan, chiropractor in Tulsa, Oklahoma. I wanted to talk to you about hip pain. Now, as we're talking about hip, I'm actually talking hip pain, where the top of the femur goes into the hip. You know, some people call this back here hip, other people call the front hip, but I'm actually talking the hip joint that goes in there. And it's a joint that people can have a lot of issues from, and they can have them for different reasons. They can sit wrong. They can run wrong. They can step off of a curve unknowingly and have some issues with their hip. But a lot of times the hip comes from just a little bit of doing the same thing over and over and over a course of years. So you get a little repetitive injury on the hip, and it starts to hurt a little bit, but you keep doing the same thing. So it starts to hurt a little bit more, but you keep doing the same thing. Finally, it's screaming at you because you've really hurt it. It's a really big repetitive injury, super common in hips. So as a chiropractor, what I'll do is I'll find out what's wrong. You know, whether there's some wear and tear in the hip, whether the hip joint's out of place, whether the sacroiliac joints in the back behind are out of place, putting pressure on it, or you have some lumbar spine that's putting pressure on it. Maybe your knee's out of place, maybe your feet are out of place, maybe it's just exclusively your hip. But for whatever it is, we'll find the issue. We'll realign that joint so that the joint functions the way it's supposed to. We'll teach you some exercises to do that'll help strengthen it and balance the muscles on each side. We'll try to find out ergonomically what you're doing that's irritating it, because if we can't find that out, it's really hard to fix the situation, because we'll correct it, then you'll go home or to work, whatever you're doing, have it come back again. So that's really hard to correct that sort of situation. So, you know, along the course of time, we'll ask you a whole bunch of questions on what's going on. And you'll start to see it too, because as you feel better, you'll start to notice what you're doing that makes it not feel so good. So it really jumps out pretty quickly what the issue is that's causing the problem. Hope this helps with a little information on hip pain. Thank you very much.